Bonjour, welcome back to my channel. This video is about the 5 most popular perfume that I would never buy and never wear in my life. So last week I went to one of my favorite places when I want to try new perfume. I went to Sephora in the Champs-Élysées. If you go to Paris, you have to stop to this Sephora in Champs-Élysées. It's one of the biggest Sephora here in Paris. And I decided to try all the new trendy, super popular perfume that came out. So I went there, I spent around 3 hours for you guys to try new fragrances, to try all this super popular perfume that everybody is buying, and I found 5 perfumes that I would never ever wear in my life. I hate this perfume. I hate everything about this perfume. I hate the packaging, I hate the bottle, I hate the name, I hate the smell. And in this video I'm going to tell you why I would never buy this perfume and why I hate them so much. Okay, the first one is super interesting because I found this one even before, like months ago, before going to Sephora in the Champs-Élysées. So someone gave me a sample about this one, and for curiosity, you know, I decided to try at home. And I remember exactly because at the first sniff I just hated this perfume. I remember exactly my reaction. I was like, oh my god, this perfume is just disgusting. And I have a sample here, so I'm gonna retry this one and tell you why I just hate this perfume so much. And the funny fact is that everybody loves this perfume on YouTube. All the women are like obsessed about this one. This perfume is just tacky, disgusting. I will never ever spray this perfume into my bathroom. I hate this one. I think it's so vulgar. So this one is Libre YSL by Yves Saint Laurent. And I have a sample here. I think it's going to be super brutal for those who love this perfume. I'm supposed to smell on the top notes ginger, saffron, mandarin, orange bergamot, orange blossom, lavender on the middle, and on the base it's super sweety and cloying. For me it's like bourbon vanilla, honey, tonka bean and vetiver. Let me tell you that I don't smell anything of that. I don't even smell the lavender in this perfume because everything is so synthetic, artificial, chemical and cloying into this perfume that I only smell the sweetness on the dry down, and there's something especially disgusting for me because it's super cloying. It's so loud, overpowering, over sugary. Nothing is really standing in this perfume. Nothing really stand up, nothing makes sense, nothing is beautiful, nothing is delicate or powdery. There's nothing I like in this one. So let me try again. I don't understand why people can like this one. I know there's so many women on Instagram but oh my god. Oh no, oh my god. Oh, it's a cheap sugary mess, but it's so cheap. But it's oh, c'est vraiment dégueulasse. C'est vraiment dégueulasse. C'est un parfum vraiment dégueulasse quoi. Mais je peux pas porter ça moi. Ah. Let's move to the second one, which is even worse than this one. And let me tell you that when I spoke to the Sephora lady, by the way, if she's watching my videos, thank you so much. She was so nice. She gave me so many samples and asked her a lot of questions. And she told me about this perfume that women came to Sephora and they were buying the perfume without even smelling, without even trying this perfume. Which is crazy because this perfume is around 99 euros, so around 100 euros for probably 50 milliliters. It's crazy at 100 euros to buy this perfume and not even try, because this perfume is cheap, tacky, and it's absolutely not worth 100 euros. So like I said, this review is going to be super brutal. But you know, I'm not sponsored by this brand. Telling you the truth, I will never ever wear this perfume. This perfume is Kayali Pistachio Gelato, and this was a new perfume. This perfume has been released last month, and it's supposed to smell a beautiful creamy pistachio. Pistachio is one of my favorite flavor. I love pistachio. I love pistachio dessert. I'm obsessed about a pistachio, and when I tried this perfume, I wasn't even sure they were like natural pistachio flavor. There's definitely something super chemical, super artificial, but I'm pretty sure there's absolutely nothing natural about the pistachio in this perfume. Why is that? Because natural pistachio is of course more expensive. So before trying this perfume live, it's going to be super brutal, but this perfume is a joke for me. What kind of notes I'm supposed to smell? And this is a joke because there is so many notes in this perfume, so many super sweety notes. On the opening, I'm supposed to smell pistachio, bergamot, ice cream, rum. I love rum into perfume. Hazelnut, cardamom. On the middle, lily of the valley, peony, geranium, pear, raspberry, jasmine, white, peach, and it's not even finished. On the base, whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy, sandalwood, cedar, tonka bean, lucum. Okay, I never ever smell a perfume with lucum, but could be interesting. Could be interesting. So let me tell you that the only thing I can smell about this perfume is the base, which is super sugary. I'm definitely smelling the whipped cream, maybe some lucum thing. There's absolutely no natural pistachio in this one. It's just sweety and sugary. And the worst thing about this perfume is it's smelling for me detergent and plastic. There's something super plastic on the dry down about this perfume. It's super flat. It's a super flat, sugary perfume. Okay, for 900 euros, you can take some water, put some sugar inside, blend the two, and you can spray, and you got this perfume. I told you this video is brutal, so let's continue to smell. I have a small sample here, and I'm going to smell this perfume. Non mais c'est pas possible. How can you wear something like that? How can you wear that? How can you... C'est pas possible. How can you? It doesn't even smell good for me. It doesn't even smell something flowery, powdery, feminine. I don't even smell the flowers. Ça pue. Ça pue. Ça pue, ça pue. Ça pue, c'est pas possible, ça pue. Non, ça pue. Okay, the third one, it's not the worst of it, but I would never buy this one. It doesn't smell bad, okay, but personally I would never wear this one or wear this one because it's too sweet, it's too cloying, and I also think the bottle is super tacky. So the third one is Caroline Herrera Good Girl, launched in 2016, and everybody is wearing this perfume. Every girl, every woman love this one, and the girl in Sephora told me that everybody's buying this one. So it's a sweet, cloying, sugary perfume. I'm also supposed to smell some coffee notes, but I don't even smell. I remember something very sweet and cloying and super powdery on the opening when I tried this one in Sephora. But no other notes really stand up in this perfume aside of something super powdery and sweet. So on the opening, I'm supposed to smell almond, coffee, bergamot, some other citrusy notes. On the middle, it's tuberose, jasmine, orange blossom, orris, roots, and rose. And on the base, it's tonka bean, cacao, vanilla, pralina, sandalwood. Also musk, amber, cashmere roots, cinnamon, patchouli, and cedar. I don't understand because all these perfumes have so many notes, as you can see. There's so many notes. They're supposed to be super complex. So they're supposed to be super sophisticated with all these notes, and they all smell the same things, sweet and cloying. And it's the same thing for this one actually. I don't even get the coffee. The coffee is a very interesting note into perfume because it's sweet, a little bit nutty, almondy, and it's a little bit also dark and deep. There's nothing cloying about the coffee notes because you also get something a little bit bitter at the end, and you have absolutely no deepness of coffee with this perfume, and like I said, it's a sweet mess. And also the things I remember about this one is there's no evolution between the opening of the perfume and the dry down. Usually a very good perfume, it's not a question of money, of price. A very good perfume, you also have a huge evolution, a huge difference between the opening of a perfume and the base, because the notes also developed differently. Usually there's also different type of notes. At the opening it's more fresh, aromatic, citrusy, and the base is more woodsy, powdery, dark. It's not the case with this one. Absolutely flat. The beginning, the middle, and the end. It's just a flat, a sweet mess. Okay, another one I will never buy, never wear. I also try this one in Sephora. So I try this one on Sephora, and this is of course Versace, and I try the Dylan Blue version for women. Let me tell you that what interesting about this one is that on paper the notes are very interesting. On the paper, if I read the notes are very sophisticated, aromatic, fresh, different kind of opposite notes are blended together. But when you smell this perfume, you only get something super artificial, super chemical. And this perfume for me smells like the Fructis shampoo. And when I try this perfume, I nearly get choked with so many cheap and artificial ingredients. So it's not fresh, it's not a French clean girl scent for me. I don't know, it's an artificial version of a clean girl scent actually, but a clean girl scent doesn't really smell like that. So on the opening, I'm supposed to smell Granny Smith apple, black currant, clover, some shiso notes. So shiso is a very interesting Japanese plant, and it's very bitter with something super green, super earthy, and super bitter at the same time. On the middle is supposed to be peach, petalia, rose, hip, rose, jasmine, and on the base it's musk, white, woods, styrax, and patchouli. I don't get any of these notes. Nothing fresh, nothing aromatic, nothing clean. It's just super artificial, powdery, and sweet. I also will never buy this perfume also because of the bottle. The bottle is full of plastic. It's super artificial, looks cheap for me. It's a bottle of plastic with some blue colors, very tacky and very cheap, and for that reason I will not buy a perfume like that. Okay, the last perfume I will never buy, and I don't think you will be surprised. This is Lady Million by Paco Rabanne. Oh my god. Let's talk about this one, which is super popular, very famous, super popular, but for me it's a generic, cheap, powdery perfume, very artificial. And it's a shame because I used to love also the old Paco Rabanne, you know, the vintage Paco Rabanne are gorgeous. La Nuit by Paco Rabanne, for example, is a gorgeous Chypre perfume. So on the opening, I'm supposed to smell raspberry, neroli, almafi, lemon. On the middle, jasmine, gardenia, orange flower. And on the base, white honey, patchouli, and amber. So the patchouli in this perfume is especially super strong, super loud, and super tacky. It's not the very expensive patchouli you can smell in Dior, even Chanel. Chanel use also patchouli. In this one, it's so artificial that it's overwhelming all the notes. And for that reason, for example, I don't get anything from the Almafi Lemon. Almafi Lemon is very nice into perfume. It's a little bit citrusy and sweet. I don't even get any raspberry. I'm not even sure they use really raspberry into their perfume. It's listed, but you don't even smell anything fruity on the opening. So for me, it smells someone skanky covering up their sweet with a perfume. I'm so sorry, I know it's brutal. I know maybe you don't smell something like that, but I do. There's something very skanky into this perfume. I don't know if it's the patchouli, I don't know if it's the combination of the white honey, because they also use very artificial notes. I don't know, but for me there's nothing clean and lean into this perfume. And also the alcohol, I remember that the alcohol, when you start to spray 1 million on the opening, the alcohol is super overwhelming. You really do smell the amount of alcohol when you try the perfume. Worth to mention also that the bottle is horrible. It's just horrible. They use like a gold bar, and I think there's nothing more tacky than using that for a perfume. So that's it for today about the 5 perfume I will never buy and never wear. I warn you that this review is very brutal, but this is my honest opinion. Also, let me know in the comments what you think also about this perfume. Maybe I'm the only one to think like that. But really, I'm still smelling Intense, you know, the dry down of Intense on my hands, and I really despise. And the dry down is even worse than the middle of this perfume. The dry down is especially disgusting for me. Ça pue, ça pue, ça pue, ça pue. Ah, ça pue, c'est une horreur, c'est une horreur. Comment quelqu'un peut porter un truc pareil? Mais c'est horrible, c'est des parfums mais dégueulasses. So I hope you enjoy this brutal review. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget also to check all my perfume reviews. And I see you very soon for another video. Bye!